This message is not arriving to warn you or to unsettle you. It is here to ease you into a gentle state of readiness. What is coming through your dreams is not meant to overwhelm or confuse you. Archangel Michael says your dreams are being chosen as a safe space, because that is where your mind finally relaxes enough to receive without resistance. When you are awake, your mind is constantly active. It evaluates, anticipates, protects, and prepares. This activity keeps you functional, but it also creates barriers. Dreams bypass those barriers. In sleep, the mind loosens its grip, and guidance can pass through without being analyzed or questioned. This is not about catching you off guard. It is about reaching you without strain. Tonight's dreams are not meant to be dramatic or intense. They do not need to be vivid or unforgettable. They may feel soft, symbolic, or even ordinary. Archangel Michael explains that these dreams are not designed to impress you. They are designed to settle something inside you. The message is carried in tone and feeling, not spectacle. You may not wake up remembering clear images. That does not mean nothing happened. Some dreams deliver their meaning directly to the nervous system. You feel the result rather than recall the scene. A sense of clarity, a release of tension, a quiet certainty that replaces confusion. This is how safe delivery works. If you have been thinking a lot lately, replaying conversations, preparing for outcomes, or trying to stay ahead of uncertainty, this is exactly why the message comes through sleep. Dreams are chosen when the conscious mind is tired, not as a failure, but as a kindness. Guidance adapts to where you are most receptive. There is nothing you need to do to prepare. No intention to set. No question to ask. Archangel Michael says effort is not required here. Effort reactivates the mind. Rest opens the door. Simply allowing yourself to sleep is enough. You may notice your thoughts slowing as you read this. Your breathing may deepen. Your body may feel heavier or calmer. These are signs that preparation has already begun. You are not doing anything. You are allowing the state that dreams need in order to work. It is important to understand this clearly. These dreams are not meant to disturb you. They are not meant to bring fear, urgency, or warning. Their purpose is stabilization. The mind relaxes. The body feels safe. The message arrives gently. Sometimes the most powerful guidance does not arrive as information. It arrives as reassurance, as a quiet sense that something has been adjusted without your involvement. That is what this night is designed for. You do not need to remember anything. You do not need to analyze anything in the morning. The meaning will stay even if the images fade. Archangel Michael says what matters will remain with you, because it is meant to support you, not challenge you. For now, simply let the night come as it always does. There is nothing special you need to do. The dreams know how to reach you when you stop trying to reach them. As the night approaches, the angels explain more clearly why this message could not arrive while you were awake. When you are conscious, your mind is designed to protect you. It scans for risk, organizes information, and prepares responses. This is useful for daily life, but it creates resistance to subtle guidance. In waking hours, everything must make sense immediately. In dreams, meaning is allowed to arrive without explanation. Archangel Michael says that sleep softens the internal guard you carry without realizing it. During the day, even when you are calm, part of you remains alert. In dreams, that alertness dissolves. The nervous system shifts into a receptive rhythm. This is why guidance chooses this state, not because you are unaware, but because you are finally unarmored. This does not mean something hidden or mysterious is being placed into your mind. It means the message does not have to fight through layers of thought. When you sleep, the mind stops questioning whether it should trust what it feels. It simply experiences. That experience is where clarity is delivered. You may have noticed that when you are overtired or overthinking, advice rarely lands. Even reassurance can feel insufficient. The angels say this is not because the reassurance is wrong, but because the mind is too active to absorb it. Dreams solve this by bypassing analysis entirely. They speak directly to the emotional center. This is why the message will not arrive as a warning or a command. There will be no sense of urgency attached to it. Urgency belongs to waking consciousness. Dreams communicate through safety. They are chosen precisely because they protect you from overload. Archangel Michael emphasizes that nothing needs to be understood immediately. Dreams do not demand interpretation. They are not puzzles to solve. They are environments where understanding settles naturally. You may wake up without a clear narrative, but with a different internal state. That shift is the message. If you have been mentally exhausted lately, this timing makes sense. Mental fatigue is often a sign that the conscious mind has done all it can. Rather than pushing further, guidance changes its route. Sleep is not a retreat. It is an alternate doorway. There is also an important reassurance here. The message will not come as something unfamiliar or frightening. It will feel strangely recognizable. Even if the images are symbolic, the emotional tone will feel known. Archangel Michael says this is how the system recognizes safety. Familiarity calms the body, so meaning can iterate. You may be tempted to prepare yourself by setting intentions or asking specific questions before sleep. The angels gently discourage this. Intention activates effort. Effort brings the mind back online. What is needed instead is neutrality. Rest without agenda creates the clearest channel. Even if you do nothing differently tonight, the process can still work. You do not need perfect conditions. You do not need silence or ritual. The body already knows how to sleep. That is enough. Dreams are not earned. They are accessed. Some people worry that if they do not remember a dream, they have missed something. Archangel Michael addresses this directly. Memory is not required for integration. Many of the most effective dream messages are felt rather than recalled. They change your baseline rather than your thoughts. You might wake up feeling less reactive. A concern that felt heavy the night before may seem distant. A decision may feel less urgent. These changes are subtle but precise. They indicate that something has been reorganized beneath conscious awareness. This is why the angels ask you not to measure the night by imagery. Measure it by how the day feels afterward. If there is more space between thought and reaction, the message has arrived. If there is more ease and uncertainty, the message has done its work. The mind often wants proof. Dreams do not provide proof. They provide alignment. Alignment does not announce itself. It becomes noticeable only when tension is gone. Archangel Michael says that if you feel steadier, you have received exactly what was intended. At this stage, trust is the only requirement. Trust does not mean belief. It means allowing the experience to be incomplete in the mind while complete in the body. This balance is what makes dream guidance safe. You do not need to stay alert for symbols. You do not need to wake up and search for meaning. The angels say the most important thing you can do is let the night pass naturally. The message knows where to go. As you move towards sleep, let go of the idea that something must happen. Nothing dramatic is required. Dreams work best when expectations are absent. The less you look for the message, the more easily it settles. This part of the process exists to remove pressure. Pressure closes the channel. Ease opens it. And ease is already present if you allow yourself to rest. The angels confirm that you are not missing anything by relaxing. You are aligning with the only state where this kind of guidance can pass through gently. Sleep is not the absence of awareness. It is awareness without defense. Tonight, nothing needs to be forced. The message will not rush you. It will meet you where you are most receptive. That is why it comes this way. As the message moves into this phase, the angels describe what the dream will actually feel like rather than what it will show. This is important because many people expect guidance to arrive as clear scenes or obvious symbols. Archangel Michael explains that this message is not visual by nature. It is emotional and somatic. It settles into the body first, and only later becomes noticeable in thought. The dream may seem simple. It may not follow a story. It may not even feel significant while it is happening. You might see ordinary places, familiar faces, or brief, incomplete moments. The angels say this simplicity is intentional. When a dream is meant to stabilize rather than excite, it avoids intensity. Intensity would wake the mind. Calm allows integration. You may wake up unsure whether you dreamed at all. This does not mean the message failed to arrive. Some dreams deliver their meaning without leaving images behind. They work beneath recall, adjusting how your system responds rather than what your mind remembers. Archangel Michael says this is one of the safest forms of guidance because it does not overwhelm or confuse. What matters most is how you feel on waking. Not what you can describe, but what has shifted. Perhaps a sense of ease where there was tension before. Perhaps a quiet confidence about something that felt uncertain. Perhaps less emotional charge around a familiar worry. These subtle changes indicate that the dream has done its work. The angels emphasize that this dream is not meant to give instructions. It will not tell you what to do next. It will not present answers in words. Instead, it will change your relationship to the question itself. When the internal pressure eases, decisions begin to clarify on their own. This is why meaning often lingers longer than imagery. Images fade quickly. Emotional recalibration remains. Archangel Michael says that when guidance arrives through dreams, it is designed to stay with you throughout the day, influencing your tone rather than your thoughts. You may notice that certain reactions feel different after this night. Something that once triggered immediate stress may now feel manageable. A situation that demanded resolution may feel less urgent. These shifts are not accidental. They are signs that your nervous system has absorbed reassurance. It is also possible that the dream feels oddly familiar, not because you have had it before, but because the emotional tone resembles something you already know. The angels say familiarity is how the system recognizes safety. A safe message does not shock, it aligns. If you find yourself wanting to interpret symbols, pause. Interpretation brings the mind back into control. This dream does not require decoding. It is not symbolic in a way that needs translation. It is experiential. The understanding comes from how it changes your internal state, not from what it shows. Archangel Michael reassures you that nothing will be missed if the dream is forgotten. Forgetting is not failure. Many messages are meant to bypass memory entirely. They settle directly into emotional balance. You may only realize their presence later, when you respond differently than you used to. Some people worry that they need to hold on to the dream upon waking. The angels advise against this. Holding tight can disrupt integration. Instead, notice your first sensation when you wake. Notice whether your body feels heavier or lighter, calmer or more grounded. This first sensation is the clearest signal. You might feel drawn to move more slowly in the morning, to sit quietly for a moment before engaging with the day. This is not avoidance. It is integration continuing into waking life. Archangel Michael explains that the body often needs a short period to carry the adjustment forward. The dream's purpose is not to reveal something dramatic. It is to return you to a steadier baseline. From that baseline, clarity emerges naturally. You do not need to chase it. You will notice it when it appears. This is why the angels ask you not to evaluate the night. Evaluation belongs to the thinking mind. The dream belongs to a deeper layer. Trusting that layer is part of receiving the message fully. As this phase completes, understand this clearly. The dream is not a beginning or an ending. It is a realignment. Something inside you is being gently repositioned so that the next steps, whatever they are, feel less forced. Nothing is required of you during this process. No vigilance. No expectation, no effort. The message is already designed to reach you without struggle. What you need to know now is simple. The dream will speak in the language of calm. And calm, once established, continues to speak long after the images are gone. As the night gives way to morning, the angels explain how the message completes its journey. What matters most does not happen while you are asleep, but in how you wake. There may be no sudden realization, no clear memory to point to. Instead, you may notice a subtle steadiness, a feeling that something inside you has settled into place without effort. Archangel Michael says, this is how safe guidance integrates. It does not demand attention. It does not announce itself. It simply changes your internal balance. You may wake up feeling calmer or more grounded or quietly certain about something that felt unresolved before. This certainty does not come with reasons. It arrives as a state. It is important not to rush into analysis when you wake. Do not search your memory for scenes or symbols. Do not ask what it meant. The angels emphasize that meaning reveals itself through lived experience, not immediate interpretation. If the message was meant to be remembered in detail, it would have been delivered differently. You may notice during the day that your reactions shift. A thought that usually pulls you into worry may pass more quickly. A decision that felt heavy may feel less urgent. A situation may remain the same, but your relationship to it feels lighter. These are signs of integration. The dream has adjusted your internal response, not your external circumstances. Archangel Michael reminds you that this kind of guidance is stabilizing, not directive. It does not tell you what to do. It helps you stand more firmly where you are. From that steadiness, clarity emerges naturally. You do not have to search for it. There is no need to hold on to the dream or revisit it. Holding can interrupt the process. The angels say that once the message has landed, it continues working quietly in the background. Trust that whatever was meant to stay with you has already done so. You may feel drawn to move more gently through the morning, to take a little more time, to notice your breath. This is not avoidance. It is the body honoring a shift. Allow this pace without judgment. The adjustment will carry itself forward. If at any point you wonder whether anything happened at all, return to how you feel rather than what you remember. Feeling more at ease is not nothing. Feeling less reactive is not nothing. Feeling steadier in uncertainty is not nothing. These are the outcomes this kind of message creates. Archangel Michael offers this final reassurance. The message was not meant to push you toward change. It was meant to remove the strain around change. When strain is gone, movement becomes easier on its own. You do not need to confirm that the message arrived. You do not need signs or repetition. The calm itself is the confirmation. Calm does not argue. It does not prove. It simply remains. As this process completes, let yourself trust what feels quieter rather than what feels louder. Guidance delivered through dreams rarely shouts. It settles. And once settled, it supports you without demanding attention. There is nothing left for you to do now. No next step to take. No action required. The night has done its work. The day will reveal it gently, in ways that feel natural rather than forced. The angels leave you with this understanding. What needed to reach you has already done so. It will continue to support you not as a memory, but as a steadier way of being. And that is enough.